Hello everybody and welcome to my 7-year anniversary special. Yep, 7 years. 7 years. Oh my goodness. All that time ago, way back on January the 10th, 2011, I uploaded my very first and, quite frankly, embarrassing YouTube video. And 7 years later, I have never looked back. I'm still here, making Let's Plays and enjoying every minute. And it's time again for another anniversary look back. What are we going to do in today's video? Well, have a look at what I've done in the past year, how it went, what I thought about it, what I might do in the future, what's coming up in 2018. All with a nice cup of tea. Gotta have my cup of tea. How is the temperature? It's okay. It's alright. Bit hot still. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I want to say at the beginning of this video, because let's be honest, I'm going to ramble and it's probably going to end up being quite long. The first thing I want to say is what am I doing special? Am I doing anything special for this video? I mean, it's called 7-year anniversary special, and in the past I've tried to do some things differently or interesting video things to do. Like I think one year I did that montage of all the funny moments or favourite moments of yours, because you guys submitted them. A while before that I did watching over my first Simpsons game Let's Play part and critiquing my own video from all that time ago. And this year I am going to do something special. I don't do it all the time because sometimes I can't think of anything, but let's think about this. It's my 7-year anniversary. 7. The number 7. The lucky number 7 to some people. What do I know and love which has the number 7 in it? 007, of course, James Bond. I'm a massive fan of James Bond. Always had lots of James Bond content on the channel over the years, be it through Let's Plays of the games or indeed the reviews of the movies I am still doing to this day. And that made me think, what could I do themed around 007? And then I thought back to some other specials I'd done a while ago, and that is the PlayStation 1 week and Simpsons week, where I took a different game every day of the week, well, every day of the work week, Monday to Friday, and made a video for each day. So that's what we're going to do this time, yeah! Over the next 5 days, I'll be looking at 5 different James Bond games, all games that I haven't really dealt with in the past, so not ones I've Let's Played. I don't think I've live streamed any of them. I might have though, but yeah, they're all games that I'm curious to go back and see what they're like, and yeah, just a little bit more James Bond content for the channel. Yeah, I wanted to put that at the beginning in case I left it right until the end and nobody heard it, so that's what you got to look forward to for this special. It starts tomorrow and will go over the next, as I mentioned, 5 days. And that's that. So now we can get on to the rest of the video, which is all about past Let's Plays, past videos, and future stuff. Let's get started with, I think I've got this sort of chronologically. Doesn't matter anyway. Let's start off with the JFS, the J Sano fan server. I want to be not too rambly, because I don't want this to be really long, and I've got a lot to talk about. So there's not really much else I can say about the JFS that I haven't already said in these past anniversary videos. I do love it. I love being on there. I love playing Minecraft still. I'm a big fan of the game. But the JFS server is more than just the Minecraft server anymore. We play lots of things. So, for example, this year, with the gang, I've done videos on Mario Kart most recently, on the Switch. We got Sonic Racing, I played with the guys a few months ago, and also, a little bit longer than that ago, I played some Overwatch, or as I called it, Overbotch, because I am absolutely awful at the game. So yeah, it's definitely more than just Minecraft. It's fun to play other things with those guys. But if we are talking about the server and the Minecraft videos, I've kept on making JFS videos, I always will do, until the server is dead, which, touch wood, hopefully not for a long time. Speaking of which, this year might be the year for a map reset. Yeah, it might be Season 4 sometime this year. Don't know when, but there's sort of talk about it's probably a good idea to move on at some point. And if Mojang eventually make a version of Minecraft which requires an upgrade, so say if there's changes to biomes or just a big upgrade, maybe something like 1.14, so sometime soon perhaps we might do an upgrade, not an upgrade, we might do a map reset, which at first I was really against. I have a lot of nostalgia tied to the current map, and I don't really want to leave it, but at the same time I've sort of changed my mind a little bit, and I can see why a map reset would be good. It won't really bring in numbers of activity. I think it will still be the same old people playing, but I think it'd be nice to start fresh and have a clean slate. Say goodbye to the old map and move on. So, possible map reset this year. I do want to talk about one specific video I did on the JFS. I've done tons of them now. I'm up to, episode 120 something, 130 something. But the one I want to talk about is episode 100, the special one, the big marker, 100. It's called Jaysano Scotzi, or Jaysano Scatzi, and I just want to make it clear how much time I put into that bloody video. Oh my god, if you haven't seen it, it's about an hour long, and it's pretty much a experimental, weird video based on the film from the 80s, I think it is, called Koyaanisqatsi. Can't remember the director now, probably should have wrote that down, but the music was done by Philip Glass, who some of you might recognise. And it's a really weird film. It's just sound, there's no dialogue, and it's just made up of a montage of clips. And it's meant to represent nature and man versus nature, and how machinery and industrial stuff takes over the earth, and blah blah blah, all this sort of meaning behind it. And I made my own version, making a montage on the server, and it took me so long. It took me so long to make. And you know why I chose to make it? Because of the stupid pun. Because I was like, Koyaanisqatsi sounds a bit like Jaysano Scatzi. And then I got myself into a world of trouble because I had to take all the shots. I tried to match it up to the actual film, so if you were to go and compare the two, I think the shots sort of match up for some of them. I had to film stuff in 120 frames per second because I had to slow it down, and I didn't want it to look too jerky and shaky. It took so long, but I'm really pleased with it. If you haven't seen that episode, please just go watch some of it, because my god, I put some blood, sweat and tears into that stupid video, and it does have some normal clip show bits in between these sections, these weirder sections, but I did try and make it look pretty, and I made it look a bit more cinematic, and I matched up the music, and yeah. When I say I do this stuff also to try and improve editing and get better at Premiere Pro and stuff like that, this is the sort of thing I mean. That took a stupid amount of time, but I did enjoy it because I enjoyed the editing process, and I think I learned a lot. Well, I think I did anyway. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's just the one episode I really want to highlight from the past year, was episode 100. If I mention any of these specific videos, I'll put links in the description below so you can check it there. What else was there about the JFS? Well, we had in May a 12-hour live stream, the first time we've tried to do any big community live stream event, and I think it went rather successfully. It was a real pain to organise because we had to make sure we got a right date and that everyone was prepared to stream, because we all streamed to the same channel, but everyone streamed different games, so we had to make sure that it was like a relay race, so we had to pass the baton carefully to the next person. And it could have been a complete disaster, but actually, it turned out pretty well. Very, very annoyingly, we lost that footage. Stupidly, I forgot to, not just anyone. I went to try and find it on the JFS Twitch channel, and it's been deleted. So I think they delete videos after a certain amount of time, and we forgot to archive it. So that's that gone. I don't know whether anyone recorded it, but I don't think they would have. It was way too long. Yeah, it was 12 hours, so if you were there and watched some of it, thank you. It was very much an experiment for us, and considering it went so well, I think we're going to try and do it again. I think the plan is to do one quite soon, in fact. I need to talk to some people on the server, mainly Weather. I think Weather's in charge of organising it this year. See how that is. But if we do another one, I will of course put an announcement video and let you all know, and let you guys know that it's coming up. So yeah, it might even be a longer one. It might be 24 hours, I don't know. Because 12 hours seemed pretty easy, actually. I wanted to do it small to begin with because it was our first go. but we handled 12 hours pretty well, so maybe 24 is the next logical step. So there's that. And the last thing about JFS is the meetup. So, what year was Minecon? Minecon was 2015, was the first JFS meetup when I met people in London for Minecon. That was people like Naxa, The Biggest Killer, Adrian, Pajam MC, who's actually not on the JFS but was Minecraft related, The Multiplexer, NWW, his girlfriend, and who else was there? I hope I'm not missing anyone. I don't think I am. I think that was it in the house anyway. That was the first one. That was great fun. 2017 was the second JFS meetup, and I'm happy to say that I was there for that one as well. That one was in Brussels, and this time it was myself, Asus 380, Rad 504, Scott, SPG Scott, and again, The Biggest Killer. We did a really long podcast. It's one of the episodes of the JFS series. I can't remember which one. I'll link it in the description again. But we did a massive podcast talking about our trip. It was a week trip over to Brussels, and we did loads of cool stuff and played loads of cool games and had a fantastic time. So glad I could go to that one. It's always nice to do these internet meetups where you get to actually see the people you've talked to on Discord for so long and played Minecraft with for so long. And they don't happen often, so when they do, it's always nice to try and make an effort. There probably will be one in the future. If we're following the pattern, 2015, 2017, 2019 would make the most sense. I know there's supposed to be a North American meetup this year, because both of them so far have been European meetups, so they've been in Europe, which isn't very fair to all the American and Northern American people on the server. So they're supposed to be making one this year. I might actually be able to go to it, funnily enough, because I will be in the area, which is Toronto in Canada, is the supposed plan for it, location. I will be in the area for a friend's wedding at around the same time, so that's all worked out really luckily. So I might actually be able to make it to the North American one if it actually goes ahead. There's still planning involved and stuff. Anyway, that's it. I said I wouldn't ramble. Let's move on off of the JFS on to Let's Plays. Oh, my tea. No, how cold is it getting? Oh, that's getting into that not very nice temperature. I better hurry up. So let's talk about Let's Plays which have finished and started in 2017. Back to the Future was one that finished last year, and it was really good. You know, I love my point and clicks, no matter how bad I am at them sometimes, most of the time. And I do love Back to the Future as a film series as well, so that was like the perfect combination for me. I really enjoyed that. It was a really nice extension to the story, and the characters felt very natural to me, and Telltale did a very good job with the with the story and everything. So that was good to do. It's always nice to do point and clicks which aren't always LucasArts, because I know that's mostly what I've done on my channel is LucasArts ones. Monkey Island, The Dig, what's the other one I did? Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So different ones are always good. That being said, of course, I did do a LucasArts point and click this year as well. I moved straight on to Escape from Monkey Island, the fourth in the series. Bit of a different one. The first one to be 3D, which was a right pain to emulate because I could not get it running nicely on my computer. Ultimately, I had to get a PlayStation 2 emulator, buy the game on PS2, rip the game off the PS2 disc and emulate it on my PC. Right faff, complete faff, but thank goodness it actually worked and it didn't glitch or bug out at any time during the whole Let's Play. Because it is now finished, very recently, the last part was uploaded. 31 parts in total, which frankly was probably too long. I gotta be honest, that was not my best point and click performance, and people in the comments definitely noticed. But at the same time, they also helped me with lots of hints and things, so thank you. It does sort of bring up the topic of point and clicks and doing them blind, and how good is that? It's a bit risky. I always say that doing them blind, you get a nice reaction, and I do like to see the game firsthand when recording it, but at the same time, it is very frustrating for people to watch because I don't know what I'm doing and I make stupid mistakes, and sometimes it's not entertaining to watch. I don't know what to do in that regard. The one time I think it went well was with the Dig, which wasn't a blind Let's Play, but I hadn't played the game for a long time, so I sort of set myself up correctly for that one. I played it, I left it a fair amount of time, like a good few months, and then I Let's Played it so that it was not fresh in my memory and I had to sort of still try and work things out. Problem with that is I can't do that every time, because that means I need to like plan way in advance, and I I don't do that. So that's a whole other topic though, about blind point and clicks and stuff. I will continue to do point and clicks in the future. My next one will not be Monkey Island 5 though. I think I need a break from Monkey Island. There are so many other point and clicks to play. So yeah, just let that be known. The next point and click Let's Play will not be Tales of Monkey Island. It will be something else. I'm sure it'll be something just as good though. And the other Let's Play, which I started this year, is one that is very familiar to a lot of people, because it's probably how a lot of people found my channel. And that is Destroy All Humans 2. I think I've said I'd never ever redo a Let's Play I'd already done, because loads of people say, oh, you should do Simpsons Hit and Run again. And I say, no, what's the point? That's silly. I've already done it. Let me do something different. Well, I can eat my own words now, can't I? Because, yeah, I've done a re-Let's Play of Destroy All Humans 2. However, I think it was for a good reason. My original Let's Play, the commentary, is pretty dodgy, and the video quality is awful, because I had to record it with my crappy little Dazzle. Thankfully, they ported Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 over to the PS4, which meant I could capture it in 1080p, and it's a lot clearer and a lot nicer to look at. And I figured, hey, if I'm going to do one of these re-Let's Plays, that's the best time to do it, when it's actually got a good reason to re-record, you know, better graphics, and yeah, I just felt like it would be fun to go back and play it again, and I think so far I've been correct in that. It's been fun to go back. People have been enjoying the series, and it's quite funny because they say, oh, are you going to Let's Play Destroy Humans 1 after this? Well, I already have. I've been there. I've done that. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, people definitely like that series a lot. I like it a lot, but some people really like it a lot. And it always seems like whenever I put videos up of that series, people watch them and like them, which is nice to see. Got to get that YouTube money. No, no, that's not why, of course. I'm a big fan of the series as well. That's still going, but we are kind of coming near to the end of that game. We're at oh god, what's the place called? Tunguska. We're at Tunguska, which is almost at the end. So that won't last for too much longer, I imagine. They've been going for a long time. I think I'm at my slowest pace ever in terms of Let's Plays. Escape from Monkey Island took over 6 months, I think, and Destroy Humans looks like it's going to be the same. So sorry about that. They're not binge watchers for sure. But they will be made. I will make them and I will finish them. Don't you worry about that. So yeah, that's it in terms of Let's Plays, really, for the channel. Let's get on to future stuff. So, future Let's Plays. Having Escape from Monkey Island finished, and as I just mentioned, Destroy All Humans 2 will be finished soon as well. What shall I do next? That's where I want to hand it over to you guys. I would really like to know your suggestions and what you'd like to see on the channel, because I have a good few ideas for games to play. I've got games that I've had ready to Let's Play for years now. But it all depends on, like, I'm happy to do a lot of them, so I'd like to know what you'd like to see, so it sort of matches up. So yeah, leave in the comments below any games that you'd like, or maybe not even just games, maybe genres of games, or I don't know, what console you'd like to see it on, anything you have in mind. Any feedback is good feedback, really. So leave it in there and I'll read them and I'll take into account when I pick the next Let's Play. I've got ones I could do on PC, I've got other PS2 games. There's just so many. There's just so many I could do. I just don't know where to start, really. And similarly to that, whilst you're leaving your suggestions in the comments, click in the description on the Google form, because this year I'm going to bring back the Q&A series, questions and answers, for Series 3, this would make it. I've done 2 previous series of question and answers, and I always enjoy them. It's always nice to just sit back with a cup of tea, answer your guys' questions, have a think about them, all with some random gameplay footage in the background. It gives me a nice excuse to record some other footage that I'm not Let's Playing, stuff like that. So yeah, Google form in the description below. Click that, leave your question, leave your name so I can credit you in the video. And once I've got a good few stored up, I will bring back the Q&A series, for Series 3. So that's that to look forward to. And me, because I always like those. Right, what else is there to say? Live streams. Live streams. I mentioned in a channel update video a few months ago, I think it was actually back in July, or maybe it was November, I can't remember. Live streams are a funny one for me now. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't think I enjoy doing them as much as I did before. And I think, if I'm really being honest, it's because since I don't really have a proper routine or a structure to them, people don't know when they are, and then they don't come and watch. And the whole point of a live stream is because you want that viewer interaction. And if there's no one watching, then there's no point really live streaming. And I think ever since I stopped doing it regularly every other Saturday, that was my original stream plan, and it worked pretty damn good for a long time. It worked, I want to say like a year. I did that for at least every other Saturday I'd stream, and I think over that course of time, I built up a nice little Twitch following. I'm not saying you guys have abandoned me, but it was definitely there. And once I stopped regularly live streaming, it disappears, and I can totally understand why. It's totally my fault. I shouldn't have done that, but life gets in the way, life, work, other commitments, all that stuff. So I just couldn't. And I think that's why live streams aren't as entertaining for me anymore, is because it's always dodgy. Like, I might have some people watching, I might have no one watching, and yeah. So I don't know whether to keep. I'm not going to rule them out entirely. Like, I'm never going to live stream. There might be days where I just feel like live streaming, but I don't think it's going to be as big part of my channel anymore, unless I make an effort to try and do it semi-regularly, and then you guys know when I'm going to stream. I don't know if I have time for that. That's the tricky part. I could maybe. Would it be a big deal if it was like a short live stream? Like, if it was an hour, would that bother you guys? Because if it is just an hour, I could probably do that. Weekly. I don't know, like a Sunday live stream. I don't know. This is all stuff that I'd really like your feedback on. So, I'm going to say it so many times, but if you have any feedback or whatever, just leave it in the comments. Tell me, because it's so vital to know this sort of stuff. You've got to know your audience, man. So yeah, maybe if I do a little live stream every week or every other week. I don't know. I need to think about that. But yeah, live streams are, as I mentioned, they're a funny one. Right, what else is there to talk about? Well, I want to talk about YouTube in general, actually, because this isn't particularly a happy, bright topic to talk about, but it's just something I've noticed, especially over the last year. And that is the state of YouTube now. I don't know. I do find YouTube a bit more of a sad place to visit. And I'm not talking about you guys and comments. I'm talking about content creators. I find that a lot of the people I used to watch don't go on YouTube and don't make videos anymore. And it sort of feels like it feels emptier for me. And you could argue, well, Joe, you've just got to find new YouTubers to follow and like their content instead. But I get a bit of nostalgia about how YouTube used to be a few years ago, particularly with things like Mindcrack. I love that sort of thing, and it's just gone now. It's completely gone. Everyone's moved to Twitch, which I totally get. YouTube adpocalypse. They have families to support. They need money. Twitch is better for that sort of thing. But I don't like Twitch. I don't like watching the typical Twitch streams where it has the bits come in and thank you so and so for donating. Welcome to the club. Annoying noise plays over the top. The chat's on the screen. They're not paying attention to the game. That sort of Twitch thing, really, I can't get on board with that. So when I see loads of my previously favourite YouTubers move over to Twitch, I just get a bit sad. I really do. And I always play these stupid games which I don't like PUBG and all those Battle Royale. I've got in mind BOO, but there are others as well. I just feel like YouTube is very different. It is very different, even like compared to a few years ago. And the way that you could even, pull this back even farther and talk about the way YouTube handles things and the way they sort out trending and the way they're PewDiePie and Logan Paul and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. I'm not going to though. Ain't got time for that. I just think it's a bit of a shame. What do you think? Do you think the same thing? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I do miss the olden days, and I might just be having rose-tinted glasses on, but I do. I really do. I'm not going to stop making videos, but I just thought it ought to be known that I don't think I enjoy YouTube as much as I used to, watching it anyway. I still enjoy making videos. Honestly, like, over this Christmas holiday, when I haven't been making videos, I don't know what I do. I just sit there and refresh Reddit and watch really stupid YouTube videos that I don't even enjoy, as I just mentioned. So, yeah, making videos is like a really vital creative outlet for me. And if I didn't do it, I don't know what I'd do in that spare time. I don't know, join the gym? Oh, no. So yeah, that's just a little thing about that. Other future plans. So these are things I do want to do at some point in 2018, and there'll probably be future videos on them. We're almost at half an hour, so I need to wrap up soon. Okay, so point number 1 is I would like to make more videos based on films. So wait, before you judge me, before you say, wait a minute, Joe, you haven't even finished the James Bond reviews yet. What are you talking about? It's like over 2 years now, and you've had plenty of time to make them, and you haven't. It's true, I haven't. I still haven't made Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre reviews. I will make them. But at the same time, there are plenty other film franchises that I'd really just like to make little, maybe not reviews, definitely not video essays. Oh god, I hate them. They're so pretentious. Well, I say that. The majority of them are so pretentious in that they have nothing to say but make it sound like they're saying something really important. So maybe it will be reviews, maybe it's just a little talk about the films, but things like Indiana Jones, the Alien franchise, Back to the Future trilogy, I love all those films, and I just think it would be nice to make something on them. Again, I don't know what, but something. And related to that is a slightly different thing that I want to do, and that is, if I do reviews or some sort of look at those films, I could always write them first and then make them into a video later, because I want to get more into writing. I realised a few months back that I sort of miss writing stuff. I used to, back at school I had to write essays and things all the time. Even at university I had to make a few essays. And I miss it. I found myself not being very good at it. And I was a bit worried. I was like, man, am I getting that rusty at writing? Because I haven't done it in so long. So I started to write what I thought was going to be a reasonably short blog post about the future of the Simpsons games and the history of the Simpsons games and why there hasn't been a Simpsons game in a long time. It's turned into like a over 2,000 word essay, which I guess you can understand because I do like to ramble. I need to cull it down. But yeah, and I did enjoy it. I really did enjoy writing it, and I do miss writing. So I think at some point this year, maybe sometime soon, I'm going to start a blog. And I'll make a separate video telling you what the blog is and the URL and how you get to it at some point. But just keep that in mind that I might make a blog soon and put some different things on there. So it might be stuff about The Simpsons, or it might be Bond reviews, because I always write the Bond reviews before I make a video. So I could always put the written review online and then make the video for it. Or it could be about anything. It could be about Time Splitters. It could be about what's on my shelf. It could be about my holiday to Japan. I'm not going to have a holiday to Japan, but you get the point. So yeah, blog at some point. Keep an eye out for it. Other things, very quickly, there are 2 big video series that I want to do at some point this year. The first one is I want to do something in Halloween. I missed it this year because I just thought of it too late. But I want to do something in Halloween. I want to do it similar to Cinemassacre's Monster Madness, which is a thing that James Rolfe does, or did, doesn't do anymore, but where he did a video every day in October based on a horror film. Now, I'm not going to be that ambitious, but I want to do something similar to that this year with horror films, because I feel like I need to I want to get into horror films more, especially the history of horror films. I think the history of horror films is fascinating, way more than any other genre of filmmaking, because it goes all the way back to Nosferatu, back in, like, when was that, 1910 or something? And you got the Universal horror, you got the Dracula, the Frankenstein, Wolfman. You've got through to the Hammer horrors of the 50s and 60s with, again, Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, all that stuff. You've got in the 80s, or 70s and 80s, you've got the slasher genre. It's just, I think it's a really interesting topic, the history of horror films, and I want to do something about that. And October makes the most sense to do it in. So, some sort of Halloween thing I'll do this year. I definitely need to plan it way in advance though, because that might take a while. And last of all is Christmas Advent. A couple of years ago now, I did the Simpsons Cartoon Studio Advent, which was terrifying and disturbing with a murderous lawn-mowing Ned Flanders. And I didn't do one this year because, well, I didn't want to do Simpsons Cartoon Studio again. And I couldn't think of a good Advent thing to do. I did want to do one, I just couldn't think of one. Annoyingly, I thought of one when it was too late. So I might do it this year instead. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. I'm going to be sneaky. So yeah, there will be a Christmas Advent thing this year. So from the 1st to the 25th of December, there'll be a video every day. Don't know how long. Don't know what it'll be. But yeah, just want to let that be known. And I think that is it for my 7-year anniversary video. What else is there to say? What else is there to say? Apart from a big, massive thank you, of course, to you guys who continue to watch my videos and support my channel and leave nice comments and make all this so worthwhile. You really do. And as I just mentioned, I don't know what I would do in my spare time if I didn't do this sort of stuff. So here's to the 8-year anniversary, which I'm sure will come soon enough. They always do. Where does the time go? Honestly, it's getting faster every year. Oh god, what a depressing end. No, it isn't. Honestly, big thank you. For the final time, I swear, leave any suggestions or feedback in the comments below. I hope you're looking forward to all the new stuff I just mentioned and future ideas. And of course, I hope you enjoy the James Bond 007 week starting tomorrow. That's going to do it for now. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.